There are 3 easy ways to find app IDs. The first one is simply to clone apps that you use on a daily basis. For example, you can create a clone of Twitter or Facebook, or YouTube would be more difficult, but it's possible. It depends on your skills and your experience. I forgot also Instagram. You can create a clone of Instagram. So try to create simpler versions of the main social apps, because this is what we use. I wouldn't say on a daily basis, but at least a couple of times a week. The second pool of ideas is simply to create apps that you need. It's extremely easy. For example, I created an app that allows me to list all the food that is right now in my fridge, plus how long this food can remain in the fridge without being spoiled. You could also create an app that would help you to find a new job. So you could create an app to create your resume, or to list all the companies you applied to, plus if they responded or not, if you had an interview, etc. So you could create your own app. And please don't consider that if this kind of app already exists, you don't have to create this app. You have to create your own app, because first, it will make you practice, and second, maybe you will make it better than the existing one. It may be more user-friendly, it may have an extra functionality that other people will want to use. I liked this quote that I read last week on Twitter that said, "It's not because a songwriter already wrote a love song that you don't have to write your own." So it's the same with movies. There are tons of science fiction movies, there are tons of Western movies, there are tons of crime movies, you see, but every year there are new movies of this genre. So do the same, create your own movies. Not movies, your own apps, even if other people created the same kind of apps. And remember, you don't need to find original IDs. It's extremely important. You don't have to find original IDs. You have to find useful IDs. And you know what is useful, because every day you think that this app would be useful. And as I said, a freezer manager I created is useful. You could create, for example, an app that would list the movies or TV show that you want to watch this week. And as you see, there are so many movies on Netflix that sometimes I spend 30 minutes or 45 minutes looking for the best one, the one I want to watch now, and then I don't have enough time to watch this movie. It's ridiculous. Tell me in the comments if this happens to you too. So it would be a good app that would make queries to the Netflix API. I don't know if it exists, Netflix API, but there is the IMDb API, and then you could create an app that will allow you to associate a movie or a TV show for each day of the week. The last pool of app IDs is simply to go to freelance mission sites or job boards and to see what kind of apps competitors are hiring programmers for. So if you can see that there are a lot of demand for programmers with an experience in e-commerce, for example, so create your own simple CMS with a shopping cart and maybe a backend. If there is a lot of demand in real estate, create your own web app that would list, for example, all the flats or the houses that are sold or in demand in your area. So try to stick to the market that will easily give you ideas. Don't be afraid of sharing your ideas. I shared some of mine because an idea is cheap. You see, what matters is really the implementation. Unless you had an extremely original idea, which, as I said before, is not something that you should be looking for. You should really be looking for useful ideas, not original ones. A restaurant is not original, but there are plenty of restaurants, not now because of COVID, but usually there are plenty of restaurants which open and make a decent amount of money. There are lots of real estate companies, there are a lot of garage, there are lots of, so you see, usefulness is more important than originality. So if you liked, smash the like button, subscribe if you didn't have already. I will post once or twice a week, and I'll see you soon.